Hey folks, it's Jelly Beans here, and I am single momming it. Today we're going to talk to you about 5 ways for you to spend some more time with yourself, and also at the same time having your kids have other influence other than just you, and ways for them to be social and have a nice time. So here we are in a little office. We're in a little office and I'm waiting for my kiddo to go through a little interview because we are going to start number 1. This is our first time using Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Can you turn it down a little bit, please? So we're going to use Big Brothers and Big Sisters, which is a nice organization that provides a big brother or big sister who've had a background check and all sorts of things that can take your kiddo out for an adventure or an outing or a sporting event, or they can really, depends on your kid and what their interest is. So for I think like 4 hours every couple weeks or something like that, maybe a couple times a month. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember how often it happens or how long, but we're just starting to get involved in that program. I think the kiddo has to be 8 and up, at least where we are, so at least 8 years old. But I think I'm really looking forward to that for my kids because they're going to have that positive other influence other than just me, which is really valuable because it takes a village. And that's my number 1. Number 2 is like during school, a lot of times they have extracurricular activities after school, and usually they're free or not very much. So if they're into coding or if they're into sports, or if they're into art, all sorts of different extracurricular activities that if they're interested in, you could do that. And even sometimes they have after school care too, especially if necessary, if you work late and have to have your kids go somewhere after school, that's a good place for them to be able to spend more time with friends and have other adult influence in their life. So that's only during school. Number 3 is just like during the summer, they can go to summer camp. That can be a really fun thing. Sometimes it depends on the kid. It can be a torturous type of thing. But it can be really fun. They go do activities and they have water days and they get to play with other kids a lot, and so that's a fun way for them to get out of the house and be active in their own little world. Number 4 is just meeting people. Like sometimes we've met parents and at the schools, and the kids have gotten along really well, and we set up play dates that way. That's a good way because then the kids get along already. Even our neighbors, we had a couple of neighbor friends that have been really nice that we've had over a bunch. And if you meet the right family, you can always have play dates. They can come to your house, or your kid can go to the other person's house. It's just a nice way to break up the energy and get them to have a different influence and a different little time, which is fun. And you can find places other than just the school or meeting someone randomly at a park. There's meetup groups that you can find. Meetup groups with kids a lot of times, so depending on what your interest is, you can just type in your interest on meetups. Or Facebook groups. There's also some Facebook groups, especially in your area. Just type up your area and then like kids groups or kids play dates or something like that, and you can find certain groups that meet certain places and stuff, and that's a good way to meet people. Is there anything else I was thinking? Oh yeah, you could always throw a birthday party for your kid too during their birthday, and meet some of the kids, your kids' friends, families. Yeah, it's a good way to meet people and get people together too. And then, the last thing is another good way to kind of just have your own space and to have your kids have another influence of adults in their lives, is to get a babysitter. It's important to find a good one that you like. I think it's important to have them be kind of close to your house, and it's definitely important that you all can both agree on a good rate, depending on how your kids are and what they expect out of the deal and everything like that. But if you find a good babysitter, it's great. It's important. Someone that you feel you can trust, that your kids like. You know what I mean? Like, it's important that you get feedback from your kids too about babysitters. But it's another way to have your own space. And yeah, so those are the things I was thinking, the 5 ways. So what's a way that you like to get out of your house and have your kids be in their own little space while you take care of yourself or get your stuff done? Let me know in the comments what your preferred things to do or when are. Let me know what your preferred things to do are when your kids are gone. I like to go one-wheeling. I love to go to music shows. I like to play my ukulele. Those are my favorite things. And dance. Okay, and if you'd like to know more about how I can make it financially as a single mom with 3 kids, click the link below and they'll give you some more information. Alright folks, take care and we'll see you next time. Peace out. This is Jelly Beans signing out.
We got the creeper, but it's missing one thing, the gold.